say PMA?
PMA, not PMS. We all.
Bob is the guy with PMS.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I don't know. I mean, I know he's a new coach, but
Well, now, we got to ask you about this. We opened the newspaper on Tuesday of last week, and, man, you see that one game, and you've already thrown in the towel.
I have not. That is not true.
Oh, well,
That is
thrown in
not
last
true.
week.
I was going to say, oh, you didn't even have to see the game and you threw in the towel, huh?
They are the Kings now. They are the Kings.
Well, one game down, 88 to go. The season will be a long challenge if Williams shows up and plays well, and if he stays home, it could seem like an eternity.
That's right.
What an
And
optimist.
I think the point there is that these guys have got to bring Walt Williams into camp. They've got to get him here. And as long as they don't, they're hurting the team and they're killing Gary St. Jean. It's just not fair to him.
Well,
that's my point.
They'll
That's
get
my
him
point.
in. Now, Marty, what do you think? I mean, is Walt Williams going to make that big a difference to the Kings?
Well, they drafted him in the first round. He's a lottery pick. He's certainly expected to make a big difference. How that translates into wins and losses, you have to wait and see. But he's a big talent. So.
And remember, this team won 29 games last year with these same guys, with the exception of Hobson, Askew, and now if Williams shows up. This is not a playoff team.
Okay, but now, Don, that brings the point. What about the change in the system? Yeah, the players haven't changed, but will the system bring out more out of the players that they have?
Well, I think what the system will do is ensure they score some points. They have some guys who are capable of scoring points, and what happened last year, especially under Dick Motta, was that you would find them going 24 seconds every time to score 2 points.
How is this system different from what Rex Hughes did in the last half of the season?
Well, it's not a lot different.
Okay.
It's not a lot different. But if they buy into it, and that's the main thing, is to have that attitude. And obviously, with
They
Mitch
can keep
Richmond
their
as the head
PMS
salesman,
or their PMA or whatever they have.
the heck it is. with Mitch Richmond there, as Gary St. Jean's main advocate, guys will fall into line and will exert some effort. That's the plan.
Until the first 9-game losing streak, and then what happens?
Well, you can say that. I mean, I know how this column things. We're talking about history, Bob.
It's not relevant.
Oh no, of course it's relevant.
Well, no, but
you can't base your whole prediction for the season on what has happened in the past.
Well, I think
I know how you wrote this column, Bob. You wrote most of this column in the first half.
Or anything
you wrote most of this column in the first half of the game the other night when they were down 15, and then the second half when they came back and took the lead, you had to scramble.
Well, when the scrubs came in and they lost the game, and of course exhibition games are exhibition games.
You see, your initial is PBR, right? So that's what we're talking about here. I mean, I just don't see, I don't care whether they're going to win 30-32. It just seems to me that opening night of exhibition season might be just a little premature to say, okay, let's bring the hockey team
I didn't say that, though. Again,
now, wait a minute. You talk about the excuse that bothers me most is the one about how the Kings need time and patience. In the last 8 years, the Kings talked about time and patience while the Warriors rebuilt a franchise. I'm tired of the excuse, but I can't deny reality. Now, what I'm wondering, and I think what a lot of readers might wonder too, is aren't we starting fresh now in the Jim Thomas regime? Do we have to go back and say, hey, we've already put in 8 years of patience, or aren't we starting fresh?
I thought we were starting fresh, but we still got the same old problems. We still got a rookie that they can't sign. We've got this. I don't know how different it is yet. I mean, I haven't seen any difference. I know they lost that opener. And of course, and again, exhibition games, you have to be careful because no one was on the floor during key minutes at the end.
At least none of the Kings played.
Right,
Timmy Hardaway won.
Hardaway was the only one.
Mully wanted to win that game very badly.
Right, well, he was at home and all
did.
that, and I think St. Jean will be in the same situation. But the point is that what's changed? I haven't seen anything.
One thing you got to look at is that although very few things have changed, that's one thing that the Kings have been blamed for is constant change. So I mean, you have to.
Well, I mentioned that too, and that's the reality that I'm talking about. Is that they do need time. They do need time.
Here's the sentence, and you left it off a sentence short that really got me in this column. I'm tired of the excuse, but I can't deny reality. The evidence was obvious Monday. The Warriors were far superior in the skills that demand familiarity. Time out a second. The Warriors won in overtime at home against the Kings, who were missing a guy who supposedly is going to be an integral member of their.
The Warriors lost the game when they put their scrubs on the floor.
Hold on a second. The Warriors had Tyrone Hill and Tim Hardaway on the floor in overtime. And the Kings' best player on the floor at that time was Vincent Askew, who is probably their 7th or 8th man.
So you're telling me that...
So I'm telling you, you're full of garbage! This is a bunch of crap!
We're going to have this argument a whole lot throughout the season. I know. We're going to have another topic, and we're going to take a break right after this.
You're telling me that they were